It's the second segment of the Wine Challenge. I'm here in Hollywood, my hometown, at K&L Wine Merchants with my friend Greg St. Clair. He's got another set of wines here. So what are we doing this time, Greg?
White Burgundy.
White Burgundy. And what's the price point?
This is 20 to 30.
Wow, okay. And 90 points or more. Let's see if you can do it.
Absolutement.
But I think that also White Burgundy, you have to say with a string of excellent vintages in Burgundy, it's a lot easier now. And are you including Macon and Côte de Chalonnais when we're saying White Burgundy?
Well, I usually do, but that's not what these are. So.
Oh, okay, great. I like that. But it's much easier if you're including Macons at that price point.
But once again, a couple of these are our direct imports.
Great. White Burgundy, I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. Right away, you're getting some nice sort of caramel, pie crust, apple, citrus, maybe a little bit of minerality.
Really a lot of focus in the nose. And for me, it doesn't have that overwhelming wood. It's just, wow, real Chardonnay.
I think with White Burgundy, what I really like, and that's really a reference for me, it's always the finish. It's not like a lot of New World Chardonnays like California where it's all up front. It's really that end,
It's the back end.
the back end. Just
Right. In fact, I always felt that these wines are a little more point in the front and then kind of build a triangle in the back. So much depth and width, where upon entry, there's not a lot there, it doesn't seem. But they build and enrichen.
Wow, and that's what this does. It really,
Yeah. It gets like both back corners of your mouth.
I'm 92 points on this. That's gorgeous. Great stuff.
I think it's wonderful.
J.A. Ferret. I've had this before. This guy makes excellent wine.
It's a co-brand wine.
Wow.
But
What's the price on it?
$29.99. It's amazing that wine's still in my mouth. Tremendous length.
But 2010 is excellent for red and white. And I find that a little bit racier than the 9s. The 9s are a little bit more sort of fruit forward.
We thought that the 9 was great for us to, being in California, we did a lot of crossover sales because they were a little riper than standard white Burgundy, but certainly much more focused and better acidity than what California Chardonnay normally has. But this is for a much more classic. This is a beautiful wine.
Wow, that's so good. What's so good about that wine is that it's so clean. You know, it cleanses your palate. It's lively. That acidity just, brings you up.
In fact, I think you'll find these next two wines that same sort of character, but even a more sort of electric kind of feel in your mouth. The wines just have energy.
I like the nose on this right away, where you have sometimes in classic white Burgundy, you get a sort of a straw character, hay character, and then you get the minerality, sort of cooked apples.
These wines on the palate are extraordinary.
I don't know. For me, it's hard. It's a different character than the first one that was more back-ended. I like the density in the center palate, but I'm probably about the same score. Maybe it's a little bit tight. Maybe I should be a little bit more generous, but I'm 92 on this. Which one did you prefer?
I think you should be more generous. I love this. To me, this is aperitif. This we should have decanted an hour and a half ago and then had it with something with a little more depth to it.
It is denser, I agree.
Yeah, and it's, as always, our big struggle all the time is, when we do tastings with clients, do we decant them 2 or 3 hours ahead of time and pour them, and then when they go home they taste it and say, what happened? This is not the same wine. So we always have to understand what it is just as the wine is open, that the client's going to get it more often than not.
Okay, I'm giving it 1 point more than you can
All
do.
right, bravo.
93. 93. Saint-Romain, Jacques Bavard. He's in Pouilly-Montrachet, which is interesting. Saint-Romain's really an appellation that a lot of people don't think about, like Saint-Aubin or things like that. That's a beautiful wine. What's the price?
This is $28.99.
Wow.
But there's a movement. In fact, this particular guy is such a unique winemaker that the only great parcels available are ones that you want to work to make great. So you can't go into Puligny and get, Champagne. It's just, it's not possible. So he has to find small parcels that he can farm, that he can really put his effort into it, and then he can make the magic in the wine. Because this wine is awesome.
And think of this. Here's 2 wines for under $30, white Burgundies. And then you think about California. I mean, come on, it's hard to find wines at this quality level in Chardonnay from California. This is stunning.
Yeah, this is $60 California Chardonnay for $28.99 and better.
This has a much more minerally character, almost flinty. Huh?
This particular wine really is respective of the site. As much as I don't like to use the word terroir, because it is kind of beyond that, I kind of actually like the Italian version, the Genius Loci. That's what this has to me. It's not just that, because terroir is sort of an excuse for a lot of things now.
I agree. It's overused.
Yeah, where this really has a feeling of the place and the spirit of the place.
Wow, that really builds on the palate. Wow. It's like just fresh peaches.
Yeah, so much more depth and richness.
I'm not even pouring that. That's the best wine of the tasting.
Yeah,
it's so long on the finish.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the least expensive one.
No.
Yes.
Are you kidding? Holy shit.
It's another of our Jacques Bavard wines. These are both our direct imports. But this is $26.99.
That is that's like drinking Premier Cru Puligny.
Absolutely.
Wow.
At that price point, it's killer.
Well done. It's amazing. Greg does it again.
Well, I'd love to take all the credit, but K&L has we have 13 different buyers for all different regions. So we have one person who does Champagne, one who does just Burgundy, and when you do that, well, you can really be special in that little area and show a lot more character and intrigue of things that when you have to buy for the whole world, it's hard to divide up your time.
That's true.
But Keith Wollenberg, the guy who's our buyer for this, he's extraordinary. When he talks about this wine, he says, when you go into that vineyard, it's the 5th row up, there's that rock at the end of that vine, that's where this vineyard starts. It's like incredible knowledge about everything that's going on, and that's really what allows him to go and, once again, select from people who don't have exposure, as well as select wines like this, the Puy Puissé here from Cobram, that's just exceptional wine at the price.
Well, it shows. The guy knows what he's doing. Excellent wine. Thanks again. Great tasting.
Thank you.